Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to go over what I've learned about cabinet side panels. Yeah, they're important. No, you can't skip them. And then I'm going to show you what went into putting together my custom Ikea pantry. So these are my old cabinets. They're just boxes hanging on the wall. You know, the kitchen I grew up in had cabinets like this. My last house had cabinets like this. So I mean, at first I wasn't even sure, why do I need side panels? What's wrong with looking at the side of the box? So here's the problem. Ikea cabinets, they don't touch the wall. And also the cabinets are white, which, you know, doesn't match the faces, so you really want to cover that up. But anyways, the real issue, they don't touch the wall. Ikea cabinets, they hang on these metal suspension rails, and so there's this 3/8 of an inch gap all the way along, and you got to cover that up. So side panels on Ikea cabinets, they're mandatory. So here's where I made my newbie mistake. Remember, I'm not an expert. This is my first kitchen build. I bought myself some nice cherry plywood. I added a strip of solid cherry along the front to cover the edge, and I made it big enough to cover the side of the cabinet. Covers up that gap, brought it right to the front of the cabinet. It's too small. The problem is that we see this white line all around the doors and drawers, which is unsightly. This is the white cabinet that we're wrapping here with the cherry plywood, and we don't want to see it. So quite by coincidence, some friends of ours are also doing an Ikea kitchen, but they're doing the whole Ikea kitchen. So I was able to see some actual Ikea side panels, and I discovered that, you know, they make them bigger than the cabinet. The side panels are sized up so that they're flush with the front of the doors and the drawers, which are, you know, adds about 3/4 of an inch to the size of the side panel versus that of the cabinet. With a deeper cabinet side, the front white edge of the cabinet is now shrouded in shadow, and it looks a lot better. The doors have enough clearance so they do not hit the side panels. I used 1-inch panhead screws to attach the side panels. You screw from the inside of the cabinet just through the hole there. You got to be careful with size because you don't want to poke out through the front face of your plywood. So now I need to either toss out these old panels and make new ones, or add a piece of 3/4 inch cherry along the back edge of the plywood. I haven't really decided yet. So now I thought I'd go over a few details about our pantry. The wall here, it's about 32 inches wide, so we wanted a 30-inch pantry because we want to maximize the use of space. Now, Ikea does sell 30-inch pantry units, but only the full depth ones, so like the 24 inches deep. And you know, this is a traffic area here where we have to get through to the family room, and so we can only have a shallow pantry, a 14-inch deep pantry. They don't make a 30-inch pantry that wide. They make a 24-inch pantry, a full height pantry, but they don't make a 30-inch one. So we're at the store looking around, and the lady's like, well, they make 15-inch ones, so you can put two 15-inch pantries together. And yeah, you could, but then you'd have two cabinets, which means, you know, you'd have a wall here down the middle, and we wanted it open, make more use of space. So we had to come up with our own design. And so this looks like one pantry, but this is actually 3 Ikea units stacked on top of each other. So I took the side panel off, and I hope you could see the seams that separate the 3 units. Down at the bottom, we got a shallow drawer unit. In the middle, we got a 30-inch upper cabinet. And way up top, we've got another upper cabinet. This is a 20-inch upper cabinet stacked up here. So the whole thing goes just up around 80 inches tall. So the bottom unit is attached to the wall just like normal, and I've got a clip here from a couple weeks ago when I was assembling this that talks about how the other 2 units are attached to the wall. So I'm like midway, or probably more like a quarter of the way through the pantry build, and I wasn't going to show any of the assembly because this is just an Ikea assembly, but I came across one thought that I hope this will work and it might be interesting. For my pantry, I'm stacking 3 units. I got the first one in place, I got the second one ready to go, and the way Ikea does it is they've got these metal rails that you put here. I've got one behind this one on the wall, and then they've got one for your upper cabinets, and you hang the cabinets on that. But I'm stacking 3 units, so they're going to be flush together. So rather than trying to get a rail here and trying to get everything just perfect, I'm just stacking the units. I mean, the weight's going to be carried mostly by the floor, but I've added a 3/4 inch piece of wood here right over the stud, and then I can screw through the back of the cabinet. That'll prevent tipping. I mean, the weight's going to be carried through to the floor. Just thought that might be interesting. Hope it works. So these side panels aren't just decorative. For a custom pantry like ours, they're structural because they're helping to hold the 3 cabinets together. Finally, for those of you looking for a kitchen update, I've been pretty busy down in the shop. I had to dress a whole bunch of cherry lumber. This is my second full bag of shavings. I just finished applying the third and hopefully final coat of finish to 22 drawer fronts. Even with the wide angle lens, there's no way to fit all of that in the shot. I need to let it harden for a day or two, and then I'm going to stack them into a corner somewhere because I need to get going on the doors for the upper cabinets. Alright, that's it for this one, folks. As always, thanks for coming by, and check out some of my other videos, and if you feel I've earned it, you can hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.